Hello everyone, I'm Daniel and welcome back to my channel. Or better, Daniel, welcome back to your own channel. Because for the last 3 months it was very quiet on my channel. I took a break from YouTube, I took a break from my German Canada blog, my website, which became one of the most popular websites in the last 3 years. By the way, this is another reason why I'm making this video today, because Working Holiday Canada, my German blog, turned 3 years on the 2nd of October 2019. I released Working Holiday Canada together with my ex-girlfriend in Calgary in Canada while I was traveling Canada with the Working Holiday visa and the second year with the Young Professionals visa. A lot of people are asking me all the time, hey Daniel, how was it possible that you can do 2 years in Canada? And it's pretty simple. I applied for a different category which is considered Young Professionals, and this is part of the same program, International Experience Canada program, because you can apply for the different categories each time, once. Anyway, if you're more interested in that, just leave me a comment, I can tell you a little bit more about that. I want to start with why haven't I been uploading for the last 3 months? What happened to me? And I got inspired by a comment from Chris under my last video, the Melbourne street art video, by the way, which I have to tell you this. The last video took me 4 weeks in making. Every day, 10 to 12 hours. In this time, I wasn't focusing on any social life at all. It was my last project about Melbourne because I knew I wanted to leave Melbourne and use the last couple of months that I had left from my tourist visa in Australia to see the West Coast. And this is basically also the answer for what have I been up to in the last 3 months, because I went for a West Coast trip and I decided to take off the work that I'm doing on my blog and also my YouTube channel, but I still had my camera of course with me. There will be a series about the West Coast in the future on that channel. There will be a series about Bali because I went to Indonesia after Australia for 4 weeks, and also there will be a series of Thailand, because at the moment this is my last day of my 4.5 years of traveling since I left Germany in 2015. If you didn't knew that, I quit my 9-to-5 job in Germany in 2015 and I decided to go on my own adventure, on my own world traveling. In this time, I spent 2 years in Canada, 1 year in New Zealand and 1.5 years in Australia. And now I'm too old to get another Working Holiday visa, and also, but this is part of another video as a different topic, the long-term traveling has a big impact on my life. I kind of felt that I lost, or I kind of feel that I lost my roots and my connections, because also the lots of work that I do with my blog and my YouTube channel, I barely had time to build a social life. So I have a couple of friends around the world, and most of my friends are actually back still in Germany, and one of my best friends is actually at the moment here with me in Thailand, and this is why I decided to not continue working also here in Thailand on my channel. I decided to do that when I'm coming back to Germany. So the last 3 months I needed a break, not just to focus on the holiday. It is actually the very first holiday. Man, that sounds so stupid, right? There's this guy, he's talking about traveling all the time, and now he's talking he had only 1 holiday. Yeah, the truth is, if you start a blog, if you start any kind of business, you will work so much, and you want to work so much because it's yours. You're building up your own legacy, right? You're building something where you're so proud of. And this is, I never woke up back in Germany for my 9-to-5 job early in the morning. While here, for example, in the time in New Zealand, I woke up every morning at 4 to 5 o'clock because that was the time when it was 6 o'clock in Germany, and I was publishing stuff and was talking to the community in Facebook just to be at the same time with them. And I was happy to do it. I was actually really like, I had a drive, a force inside of me to do it. The last year was, besides the lots of work, the last year was very hard for me because after the 3 years together with Christina, which was my ex-girlfriend, where I built this channel, especially the Canada blog together, and I was over 2 years living with her in a camper van, which is a story for himself. One day I want to talk a little bit more about it, because this is something I learned by traveling and also having those kind of relationships. you learn so much about yourself and also about how you live together with other people. So I think it's an interesting topic. If yes, if you think that's interesting, leave me a comment down and tell me about, hey, stop talking about traveling, let's talk about relationships. Anyway, we learned a lot about ourselves, and being non-stop on a space all the time, and you cannot say like, hey, I need my own space, go to another room. There is no other room. So you kind of have to figure out how you can have a balance in between, and that was very hard for us. Even knowing that we had this problem, we couldn't find a solution. And then on top, if you start your own business together, you are also non-stop working on something together. So it was very, very hard to implement that. But like I said, different topic. When we broke up, that was the hardest part for me, because I was on a point where I was really thinking about stopping the work on Working Holiday Canada, because I'm honest with you, the money is still yet to this day not enough that I, for example, could support a life in Germany or in Australia, in New Zealand. But I want to say something positive. While I was traveling out to Bali, I could actually see that the money that I'm making now after 3 years is enough to support my stay in countries like Thailand or Bali or South America, which is an interesting idea for my future. So I will figure out this when I'm in Germany. I tell that because it's maybe interesting for you when you are thinking about starting something, that it will take time, depending on your niche, depending on what you're doing, of course, and how much time and effort you put in. All those kind of things have an influence on that. Going back to the Canada blog, because I think this is now already the answer for why I was stopping for 3 months. I decided to focus more on me. I had my very first holiday now, and I enjoyed it. The West Coast trip was one of the most amazing trips that I have ever done, and I'm so grateful for all the people who spent the time with me and that I had to connect in that time, and you all made a big difference to my life. Anyway, talking about the Canada blog, which became one of the most popular Canada blogs in the last 3 years in Germany. It's in German. I talk mainly about the niche working holiday and all that is around the working holiday topic. My approach was to have quality content from the beginning. This is also why I combined blogging with YouTube videos. So basically almost every article that you can find on my Canada blog has this combination. A high value quality video, I can't speak anymore, a high quality value video and an article that combines this, so that everyone who comes there has something to choose from. If you're rather a person who likes to watch a video, you can see the video. Also, it promotes my YouTube channel so that people can come to my YouTube channel. And then the opposite, my YouTube channel promotes my Canada blog, which is definitely one of the main reasons why my Canada blog became more popular in the last 3 years. Especially the last year, my Canada blog exploded. So basically the work that I put in after the breakup had a return spin, and I had more readers than ever on my Canada blog. Okay, in the last 3 years I had over 100,000 readers on my Canada blog. Considering that this is a very small niche, because the Canada visa is only 5,000 visas per year for Germany. So the amount of people, obviously there are more people interested, but the amount of people who can get a visa is limited by 5,000. And if you think about that, those 5,000, not all of them need the advice of a Canada blog, this is actually a nice achievement that I got here. And I'm not even sure if the Canada blog in itself can grow more. I think only it can grow more for the potential of bringing more people interested into the topic of Canada, which I will do, and this is also my idea for the future. But anyway, 3 years, I want to give this information to you that you can see it can work, even on a niche and on a topic that was already saturated when I decided to do the Canada topic. Because I'm honest with you, when I started my Canada blog, I got so much negative comments in the Facebook groups. Comments like, oh, another travel blog? We don't have enough of them already? Are you serious? And it was very hard to go through that noise of people who are just bragging on you and like trying to take you down. And at that time it was very hard for me. Every negative comment I was like going to the corner and crying, because I put so much work into this. Why do the people don't appreciate it? Oh my god, I think I don't want to have this voice in my video. Fuck, challenge. Oh, I shouldn't say, yeah, anyway. At the beginning, when you decide and you have an idea, it is very hard to start with something. So, and the advice that I want to give you here is that it is not about the idea. that a business works or not. This is something that I had to learn, especially in my first year. And now I believe that it is about the execution, the work that you put into this idea, and then the iteration that will happen because you do it. The thing is that it has something to do with our society, especially also with movies. Movies always teach us that there is this guy and he goes through this adventure in this life and then he has the idea and then the business is there. And this is a totally wrong approach about every business. The truth is, the idea makes maybe 1 or 2% of the whole thing. I don't want to say it's nothing. Obviously, it has to be something you're passionate about, that you can stick long term around, and also timing is an important point. In my Canada blog, for example, I decided to make the video series about the whole process of how you can apply for this visa. So I made a screencast of my own visa when I applied for the second time. And the timing was perfect because that was the first year, 2016, when they changed from the old system to the new system, the new pool system, where you now have like the chance to get pulled out of the pool to apply for the visa. So I was at the right timing there, and this is why my article and the videos is so powerful. The thing is, if you never start, you will never learn all the steps going through that process. And going through that process, you will get new ideas and new stuff that you will learn because of going through that process. That's very important if you want to do something. The second point that I want to give you here, if you're coming now from a point, maybe you're following my channel or you just discovered my channel, or you may be thinking about going to Canada or traveling to any of those things, and now you hear that first time, like this guy talking about what? He has a blog and he makes money online? How does he even make money online? So yeah, I had no idea about all of the things. Nothing. When I was in Canada, I had this implemented idea about blogging, like, blogging, this is what everybody is doing, right? I then decided to focus on learning the things. I focused on deciding to learn how you can actually make money online, how does it work, the whole process. So just to give you an idea, a tip, affiliate marketing, for example, is one of the things that you can make money online. So even if you start a blog and you don't have your own products, because obviously this is the goal, if you have your own business, you want to have products in the end, because the products is the ones that you control. Everything else that is like sponsorships or affiliate links and stuff like that, that can change over time. I give you an example. On my Canada blog, for example, I talk about a credit card that I used since my very first traveling by myself. In 2008, when I traveled to Thailand the very first time, I had a credit card from Germany. It's considered the DKB, which is one of the best cards because it's free in charge. It doesn't cost you any money, and at that time it even gave you all the money back that every ATM in the world charged on top of it, which was very, very good. And so I just talked about my experience and told the people, like, hey, I had different credit cards and I think this is one of the best for you, so that you can keep a minimum of amount, or to have your expenses as a minimum as possible. It's 30 euros at the moment that they give me for everyone who signs up for the card. Then they have 30 days tracking included, which means that in those 30 days, if the ones are actually applying for a card and going through the process, then I get the money. If they're not going through the process, I don't get anything. Even if they clicked it, even if they applied, and after the 30 days, I don't get the money. The 30 days is this time frame. Amazon, for example, you probably have heard about it. Amazon is the biggest affiliate program that you can sign off, and you can basically put every product from Amazon into articles and videos and everything. And in Amazon works that way. It's only 1 day. It's not 30 days. So if someone clicks your link and then buys something in Amazon in that 1 day, you get a commission on top of that, what they're buying. That doesn't mean that it will change the prices. This is also what I say on my blog for the people who watch. So it doesn't change the end price. It will be the same price if you click a link or not. But if you click a link, at least some of the people who you click the link will get a little commission. Amazon has the lowest commissions. It's sometimes 1 to 2% depending on the category. The funny thing though by Amazon is that everything you buy, you will get a commission. So if, for example, someone clicks a link on my channel for a Canada book, but puts a couple of different products on that 1 day in his basket and buys all the stuff, I get the commission on all of those products. But if he also clicks another link on top of my link and then buys the stuff, the other guy gets all of this. So if you want to support any YouTube channel or any creator, it doesn't have to be me. I'm just telling you this now that you have the information. Go and click one of his links the next time you want to buy something on Amazon. And this is how you can support some of the channels. And they will appreciate it. Anyway, I had no fucking idea about how to do all of this. I had no idea about blogging in general. I had no idea about how to create my own website. I had no idea about marketing, digital marketing. I had no idea about talking to a camera. I remember it took me 2 years to actually sit down and talk to a camera and going through that process. I had no idea about writing. I consider myself still till this day one of the worst writers on this fucking planet. I should stop saying fucking so many times. Probably YouTube will put me down. I had no idea about all of these things. Writing, for example, because I'm now writing on my Canada book. This is basically what I want to do in Germany. I want to this year release my Canada book, which will be in German, so to be my first product on my Canada blog. I had started that challenge that every day now at the moment I'm writing 1,000 words. Doesn't matter about what topic. In the morning I wake up, drink my coffee, read, and then I write 1,000 words about things that happen. It's just the execution that I come into this. And now doing this already for a couple of weeks, I'm learning to see that my brain kicks in. I'm not thinking too much about writing anymore. And even me as a bad writer, I can now focus on my ideas and I just write those down, which is very interesting. So and I would say that to you in any part of where you want to grow, stick to it every day. Whatever it is. If you're doing sport, stick to it every day. If you want to write every day. Read and write every day. If you want to do a YouTube channel, do it every day. Record something. This is basically why Instagram is so interesting. Make a story where you talk to a camera to overcome that public speaking problem, and then you publish it every day. Very simple. I think this is already enough because my brain is already fucked up, and I think your brain is fucked up as well because I'm talking so many different topics. Yeah, so I will return to a schedule on my YouTube channel. I have no exact plan yet. I have a couple of big ideas. The focus on my book will be the main priority when I'm coming back, to think about ideas what I want to do. I'm thinking about building another camper van because I already built 3 camper vans in the past, and I'm thinking about having a camper van even in Europe and trying to live the same kind of lifestyle I did in New Zealand and in Canada as well in Europe, and maybe just travel a little bit through Europe. I'm thinking about London because I still want to improve my English, even if it's not bad it's not that bad than at the beginning of my time. So that's it. I wasn't talking too much about my depressive things and other stuff in this video, which I definitely went through in the last 3 years, which was a kind of a ride. I wanted to maybe give you this perspective to the end. If you are on social media, people will always just see the positive side of you and not the negative side. They don't see how many times you work and how much effort you put into what you're building. But I tell you something, there are more and more people out there. Sometimes people who dance, they know how much time it takes to do something, who edit, who are photographers. They will appreciate what you're doing because they will understand the grind and everything that you put in to achieve that and to come to this point. So my journey isn't over, and if you watch to this end here now and you build something for yourself as well, put me into the comments what are you building right now, or what is your goal, or what are you trying to approach to achieve. If you're traveling and it's the very first time you are traveling, which is probably maybe Canada, tell me when is your time you want to go to Canada. Are you in the middle of the process of applying for a visa? I want to know about it. Tell me, keep me updated, and I will keep you updated, and we see us the next time when I'm in Germany. Oh man, I'm super excited. So, thanks you for watching, and the usual stuff. If you like my videos, support me with following me. Hit the bell button so that you get notifications in the future. This is how you can see if somebody isn't doing it and had a big break. If you can't even say the things in the end of the video anymore. Okay, bye.